I'm telling you with certainty. They are doing everything they possibly can. This is not priority 1.2, 2.6, priority 10. It is priority 1. Everything else has been sidelined. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we saw last night, President Trump gave an Oval Office address. There was a couple things that didn't go exactly as planned, but there were some very bold measures, which I was talking to my wife beforehand. We were eating some dinner right before the address at 9 p.m. The address at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and I said, I'm pretty sure he's going. It was not based on any inside information, folks. I don't want to mislead you. I just was reasonably confident he was going to announce some more wide-ranging travel restrictions into the United States. As we can see from the Washington Examiner piece, it covered this. I want to get into what's happening, what I think should happen. Obviously, the Dow struggling right now, the S&P, the stock markets, a lot going on. Troubling times. We're all going to get through this. I want to stay optimistic. We are the greatest constitutional republic in the history of humankind. So, Kaylee McGee, Washington Examiner. Trump's strategy to contain the coronavirus is extreme, but necessary. I agree. As I said to you the other day, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell people not to overreact all I want. You're all smart. You're all going to react as you see fit. We are now, as I keep repeating, in a classic prisoner's dilemma. Prisoner's dilemma, meaning it's hard to tell people don't do this and don't do that when your neighbors and other people are doing this and that. It's as simple as that. Preparedness does matter, and I think the president is now has got a grasp around the problem as he did before and is willing to do what is necessary to stop this. Let's go to the Examiner piece to see what he announced last night. A lot of you listened to the speech, but it's important because there was a couple of missteps during the speech. We have to be candid that they had to later correct. It's not the big deal the media wants, of course, to believe it is. So Trump announced Wednesday night in Oval Office address that the federal government will be restricting travel from Europe. This is important, with the exception of the United Kingdom for the next 30 days. Insurance companies will waive, by the way, it does not include travel goods. They're talking about people. They corrected that later. Everybody clear on that? That restriction does not include goods. It's for people. Insurance companies will waive all copays on coronavirus tests. Not for treatment, but for tests. That's important too. Trump also called on Congress to take legislative action to aid small businesses, workers, and those who might be financially affected by the pandemic. He added that the SBA would aid companies harmed by the pandemic through low-interest loans. I'm going to get to some more suggestions later. Some readers sent stuff in, listeners, that I thought were really good ideas. That's where we started. Now, I can't highlight this enough because the media, ladies and gentlemen, is not helping. They are committed to contributing to the chaos and disorder that is causing mass economic dislocation. I don't believe commensurate with the threat here. I want to get to the Tom Hanks story too, and how Tom Hanks, I think, did all of us a public service yesterday. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not talking about by getting sick. I'm talking about by talking about it. I'm going to get to all of that. But the media is not helping. We're going through something right now that's severe. How severe the illness is, for those of you under 50, I don't believe is commensurate with the response. But why has the response been so dramatic? Because we have people in the media contributing to the chaos. Notably, number 3 on my list of dopiest people in the media, now a solid number 3, Jim Acosta, who again, despite the fact that we're going through a pretty severe crisis right now, is absolutely committed to keeping the attention on the Chinese propaganda that, God forbid, you call it the Wuhan virus. This is an actual segment last night where, of all the things in the speech last night President Trump proposed, Jim Acosta's worried that he called it a foreign virus, which is exactly where the virus originated. Listen to this dope.
The president referred to the coronavirus as a, quote, foreign virus. That I think was interesting because as I was talking to sources earlier this evening, one of the points that the president wanted to make tonight, wanted to get across to Americans, is that this virus did not start here, but that they're dealing with it. Now, why the president would go as far as to describe it as a foreign virus, that is something we'll also be asking questions about. But it should be pointed out that Stephen Miller, who is an immigration hardliner who advises the president, is one of his top domestic policy advisors and speechwriters, was a driving force in writing this speech. And I think it's going to it's going to come across to a lot of Americans as smacking of xenophobia to use that kind of term in this speech, Chris.
And you're wondering why the markets are selling off again today. You have toilet paper emptying from the shelves. Can't find a bottle of hand sanitizer from here to Saturn. Why? Because instead of the media giving us calm, sober analysis, what do we have? We have total dipwads like Jim Acosta talking about what is unquestionably, tautologically, factually a foreign virus. He's concerned that Stephen Miller, Trump's immigration guy, may have had some input into calling it a foreign virus. I don't even know how to describe to you the stupidity of what Jim Acosta just said. Folks, these people are contributing to the chaos. It has now become cancerous. The stupid virus is spreading through the media rapidly. Here's another one. Joy Reid, noted liar. The FBI, someone hacked into my blog. Remember that Joy Reid from MSNBC? Noted Russian conspiracy theorist. A person, I don't even put her on the dopey scale because she's not even to be taken seriously. I don't even consider her a media person. She's just a blogging conspiratorial liar. Joy Reid, again, contributing to the massive misinformation campaign and making sure that we don't focus on precautions, prescriptions to stay clean of this virus, none of that. Joy Reid and Acosta want to focus on identity politics and hoaxes. Here's Joy Reid again promoting the fact that promoting the hoax, I should say, that Trump called the coronavirus a hoax, debunked everywhere. But again, MSNBC allows this. Joy Reid should be suspended for this. But it doesn't matter because it's MSNBC and they can say whatever. Trump never, ever called the coronavirus a hoax. That is a total fabrication debunked by every serious person on this planet. But here's Joy Reid again in a time of panic that they're instilling into people again with this nonsense.
Good evening. I'm Joy Reid in New York. As the coronavirus plays out around the world, we're witnessing in real time how the quality of leadership in a country matters. It matters how transparent and frankly competent a government is in a time of crisis like this. Here in the U.S., the Trump administration has struggled to present a coherent and unified message about the coronavirus outbreak, careening from downplaying it, with Trump tossing it off as a political hoax, to just seemingly scrambling.
Now, just to be crystal clear on the stunning idiocy of these people, she dares to criticize the administration, which is doing everything. I have zero doubt, ladies and gentlemen, I am not interested in golden calves or Pravda-like coverage of the president. I'm not. I'm telling you with certainty. They are doing everything they possibly can. This is not priority 1.2, 2.6, priority 10. It is priority 1. Everything else has been sidelined. Everything. And Joy Reid is talking about the administration's mixed messages while she repeats a hoax that Trump called the coronavirus a hoax? Who's really giving us the mixed messages right now, folks?
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.